Yeah. So what would you say like after so COVID hit and you guys had to obviously postpone your events, but like moving forward or during that time, what do you think was like the biggest adjustment for you guys in the beginning? I mean, trying to navigate COVID and what were some of the things you guys had to kind of figure out that maybe you could offer some tips to other people that might be out there still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, once we realized that we weren't going to be able to do our events, then we kind of shifted into, okay, how can we help the restaurants? Because, they at the beginning, they were looking at this thing, as you know, that they were totally shut down at one point, and then they were allowed to do takeout, and then ultimately, allowed to do some indoor dining.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them were just really, really creative. And the ones that were fortunate to have outside space, some of them did an amazing job in creating a very comfortable space outside under tents. And, some of them built, structures that I've never seen before. And so they kind of just went with it and figured, if we're going to survive, we have to really be creative and be able to get people in here and serve them and make them feel comfortable. And the ones that did that have come through this thing pretty well. I mean, I've heard restaurants tell me that this past summer was their best summer ever.
That's crazy.
And I think the reason for that is that some of them were able to, build spaces outside that were almost as big, if not bigger, than their indoor space.
Well, they're lucky. Because I just went to this past month. I went to New York City, and it's crazy because obviously they're only doing the outdoor dining.
Right.
And it's really lucky for those restaurants that have the space to do it. But then you see the other ones that there is no space where they can put anything outside. And it just breaks my heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like the ones you said, they're really creative with it. And they have the heaters. They have everything thought out. And I even saw the little domes and the bubbles. It's kind of making another different type of experience when you go out to eat now.
Yeah. And there's a big move here in New Jersey now to get, the governor has 2 bills before him that everyone is urging him to sign. And they're to extend outdoor dining until the end of November 2022. Mm-hmm. And, there's really no reason not to do that. And, for the people that have the space and for the consumer, people love to eat outside. And even if it's under a tent, it's just good for the restaurant industry. It's good for business. And some of them, we have one place here in my local town where their tent space was almost twice the size of their indoor space. So then when they were able to do some indoor, they had a much bigger restaurant than they started with. And that ended up being great for them. So we're hoping that the governor will sign this and allow the restaurants to have outdoor dining for the next pretty much 2 years.
Oh, okay. So I get what you're saying now. They wouldn't technically be allowed to have the outdoor dining?
Yeah, in New Jersey, unless you already have an approved space like a patio or something like that, you can't do outdoor dining. Yeah. So all of these, structures and tents and things that people put up, we're against what the existing laws are. So they're trying to get those changed now.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Because some people have, like you said, big spaces and it's cool. It's fun. It's like you're camping.
Yeah, it is. There's another one over in the next town over that built a beautiful structure that's almost nicer than their regular restaurant.
Yeah.
And they've got music piped in and they've got heat and it's just great.
Yeah, it's definitely a different experience.